Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Hello once again, and welcome to Daleville Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We pick up the action at the 4:20 mark here of quarter number one, with the Union Lady Rockets leading the Broncos by the score of 3-2. Rice with the ball for Unions. Three-pointer left wing's no good, but rebounds is pulled down and put back in by Ellis of the Lady Rockets, making it a 5-2 Union lead. Craig with the ball for the Broncos, working against the Union 2-3 zone. She lets fly with a three-pointer straight away, and it's good. Ashlyn Craig knocks things up at 5 apiece as we're under 4 minutes to play here in quarter number one. Rice with the basketball for Union into the front court, working against the Bronco 2-3 zone. Rice dribbles right wing. Comes back out on top with it to Losey, out on top to Ogden. She goes down inside to Ellis. Ellis's turnaround jump shot in the lane is up and no good. Rebound cleared off by Voss of Daleville. Voss gives the ball off to Craig. Craig now penetrates left side. Runner in the lane's up, no good. Looked like a foul, but no call. Voss gets the rebound. She puts it back up and misses it. She's fouled hard, so Audrey Voss will go to the line with a chance to put the Broncos on top for the first time this evening as we're past the midway mark of quarter number one. Voss's first free throw off the front iron, no good. Second free throw is up and good, makes it a 6-5 Bronco lead. In the front court with it for Union is Rice. Rice being pressured by Craig on top. Rice still on the dribble, left wing, gives it off finally to Ogden. Ogden looks, dribbles toward the left baseline, skips it at near side to Losey. Correction, that's Smoke. Smoke lets fly with a 15-foot jump shot. It's no good. Rebound cleared off by Isom of the Lady Broncos. Emmy Isom with it in the front court, goes right wing. And there's a three-pointers up and good by Ellie Hostetler, makes it a 9-5 Bronco lead. And with that, Coach Chittister of the Union Lady Rockets, what's timeout? We'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Your score, 2:52 to play, quarter number one. It's Rocket basketball. Rice with it in the backcourt for the Lady Broncos, or for the Lady Rockets, I should say. Daleville picks up in a 1-3-1 half-court trap, it appears, as Rice is into the front court. She dribbles into the left wing, skips it back out on top. Loose balls fought for and finally picked up by Isom of Daleville. Isom with it now between the circles, gives it off to Craig. Now they go down inside to Voss. Her turnaround jump shot's up and good. Makes it an 11-5 Bronco lead, and Audrey will go to the line with a chance to tack on one more point. Substitution for Union into the lineup is number 13, Brenda Foy. Also, Ellis returns to the lineup, and sitting down is Harley Losey. Voss's free throw up, rattles around in and out, no good. Loose and fought for, finally cleared off by the Lady Rockets. Number 13, Foy. Rice with it now in the backcourt. Directing traffic against the 1-3-1 trap of Daleville. Rice with it now, looks, goes high post with it down to Foy, goes down inside to Ogden. Ogden dribbles into the lane, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound cleared off by Walker of Daleville. She gets it up quickly to Hostetler, but Hostetler unable to handle the pass, which is behind her, out of bounds. It goes back to the Union Lady Rockets. Foy triggers the ball and bounce to Rice. Broncos still in that 1-3-1. Rice into the front court, goes right wing to Ogden. Ogden drives right baseline. She's cut off, picks up her dribble, tries to skip it across, but it's deflected and stolen away by Daleville. Up with it is Craig down the wing to Isom. Isom tries to go downside to Hostetler, but it's knocked out of bounds by Ellis. It'll be Bronco basketball underneath their own basket. Hostetler trigger the ball in bounds. She gets it into Voss. Voss drives into the lane, puts up a runner, rattles around and falls in. Makes it a 13-5 Bronco lead. Rice directs traffic in the backcourt for Union. Finally gets it across the timeline. Uses the ball screen. And between the circles now, it comes to Smoke. Now right wing. Ogden's three-pointer is up too strong. Rebound's put back up. No good by... That was Ellis, and off with the rebound for the Broncos is Craig. She goes down the baseline to Walker. Walker's 5-footer on the baseline is no good. Loose and fought. We're going to get a jump ball called, I believe. Possession arrow points in the direction of the Broncos. Hostetler to trigger it in from underneath her own basket. She looks. Finally gets it into Walker under the basket. Her layup's no good. Rebound squared off by Ogden of the Lady Rockets. Ogden now gives it off to Rice. Rice being pressured by Isom as she crossed the 10-second line. Looks, goes, gives it back to Smoke. Smoke, high post now to Ogden. Ogden goes down inside as the knocked away, stolen away by Walker. Walker up with it quickly, goes down inside to Isom, back to Walker. She loses it. That ball's picked up by Craig, right wing. Craig with it now. Goes down the baseline to Walker. Walker goes down inside to Voss. Searching around, jump shot in the lane's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Hostetler. She gets it off to Voss. Voss, 12-foot jump shot. Baseline's no good. Rebounds finally cleared off by the Rockets. Smoke. She gives it off to Rice in the backcourt. 22 seconds to play here. Quarter number one. Broncos hold us 8-point lead. Ogden with it between the circles. Looks, goes down on the baseline with it to Smoke. Smoke's runner on the baseline is partially blocked and out of bounds. They say last touch by Daleville. Gives the Rockets the basketball underneath their own basket with 11 seconds to play here in quarter number one. Foy triggers the ball in bounds to Rice. Rice's 15-foot jump shot's no good, but she's fouled in the act. So to the line will go Autumn Rice. With a chance to cut into this 8-point lead with 9.3 seconds to go here in quarter number one. Rice's first free throws off the back iron, no good. Substitutions. Losey enters the lineup for Union, replacing Ellis. And into the lineup for the first time tonight for Daleville is Kendall. Free throw by Rice is up and good. Makes it a 13-6 ball game. 9 seconds to play. Craig quickly across the timeline, down to 5 seconds. Goes high right side to Walker. Walker goes down inside to Voss. Her turnaround jump shot in the lane's no good. Rebound put up by Ogden. And that is going to do it for the first quarter of play. Your score, Daleville 13, Union 6. We'll take a break. Be back with second quarter action. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Broncos lead at 13-6 as we get ready to start the second quarter of action. To be Union basketball on the near side Foy will trigger the ball in bounds for the Lady Rockets. She gets it into Smoke. Broncos drop back into a 2-3 zone. Smoke dribbles right wing, goes high post to Ogden, but has it knocked away and stolen away by Craig of Daleville. Craig into the front court, goes down inside to Voss. Voss's turnaround jump shots up and good. Audrey Voss with another bucket in the paint. And she'll go back to the line with a chance to bump the Bronco lead up to 10 if she can convert on the free throw. Audrey's free throws up and good, makes it a 16-10 Bronco lead here in the early going in the second quarter. Foy triggers the ball in bounds to Rice for Union. Rice directs traffic. Broncos still in a 2-3 zone. She drives right wing. Whoops. Goes high post with it to Ogden. Ogden now right side on the dribble. Has it knocked away. Stolen away, picked up by Kendall of Daleville. But she turns it back over quickly to Ellis. Ellis tries to go down the baseline to Ogden, but it's knocked out of bounds by Voss. Rockets will retain possession. Foy to trigger it in once again. Foy, I should say, tries to get in Ogden, but it's knocked away loose on the floor, picked up by Voss of Daleville. She gives it off to Craig. Craig up quickly to Walker. Walker out on top to Voss. Voss's 17-footer left elbow is no good. Rebound loose, fought for Port. Foy picks it up, but she's tied up by Walker, and we're going to get a reach-in foul apparently against Malia Walker. Correction, they're going to get Voss on that foul. Third foul of half for Daleville. Broncos still hold a 10-point lead. 7-minute mark here, quarter number 2. Rice with it on top. Goes high post to Ogden. Ogden now right side. She looks, skips it across to Losey, back out on top to Rice. Rice on the dribble. Looks. Now Ogden with it between the circles. Ogden looking. Skips it over to Losey. Now they go high post to Foy, back out on top. They try to get it back out on top to Rice, but it's stolen away by Kendall. Kendall gets it to Walker. Walker nearly goes out of bounds with it, tries to save it and does off of Foy, I believe, of Union. Correction, it's Losey that last touched it, so it's Bronco basketball underneath their own basket. Craig will trigger the ball inbounds to Walker. Walker now to Hostetler on top of the key. Now Craig's three-pointer left baseline, in and out, no good. Rebound loose and fought for, finally cut off by Foy of Union. Union gives it off to Rice. Rice in the backcourt for the Lady Rockets. She dribbles right wing, penetrates into the lane, gives it off to Ogden. Ogden drives right baseline. She's cut off. She goes down inside to Ellis. Ellis's turnaround jump shot's up and good. Makes it a 16-8 ball game. Broncos still lead by 8 points. Craig into the front court. On the dribble, penetrates, gives it off to Hostetler. Hostetler now high right side to Walker. Walker between the circles. She steps back, goes down inside to Kendall, but has it knocked away loose. Finally picked up by Foy of Union. Foy, she loses it as Kendall steals it back. Kendall now takes it all the way to the basket, puts up a runner. It's too strong. Rebound's cut off by Losey. Losey gives the ball off to Ellis, now to Rice. Rice up court quickly, drives right side, gives to Ogden. Ogden three-pointer, high right side, off the back iron, no good. Loose, fought for, out of bounds. Last touched by the Lady Rockets. We'll give the ball back over to Daleville. 16-8 your score, 5:22 to go, quarter number 2. Substitution for Union. Back into the lineup is Smoke, and she replaces Losey. Walker triggers the ball and bounds to Craig. Craig into the front court, comes near side to Hostetler. Hostetler's three-pointer left wing's no good, off the iron and out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Rockets. Smoke triggers the ball and bounds to Rice. Rice walks it up slowly. Rice with it still. Crossover dribble, gives it to Ogden. Ogden drives right side. She's cut off. She skips it out to Smoke. Smoke, we're going to whistle. Timeout by the Union Lady Rockets coach, Ryan Chittister. So we'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Be Lady Rocket basketball underneath their own basket. 16-8 your score. Broncos lead it by 8. 4:52 to play. And Foy tries to skip the ball. Long pass, inbounds to Ogden in the near corner, but it's knocked away. Union will try it again. This time Ogden decides to trigger it in. Ogden looks. Finally gets the ball in bounds to Rice. Rice right wing, crossover dribble. Now she centers it, looks, comes near side to Ogden. Ogden dribbles right side. She's cut off, knocked away, stolen away. Up with it for the Broncos is Walker. Walker takes the length of the court, gets cut off, gives it to Kendall, kicks it out to Craig. Craig's 15-footer left wing is up and good. Makes it an 18-8, 10-point lead for the Daleville Broncos. In the front court with it once again is Rice, working against the Bronco 2-3 zone. Rice cut off, being guarded by Kendall, gives it off to Ogden. Ogden back to Rice, right baseline. She dribbles it back out. Between the circles now is Rice. Rice still on the dribble. She looks, finally gives it off to Smoke. Smoke drives right side. She's cut off, gives it to Ogden. Loose ball in the court. Picked up by Foy, but they're going to say Foy fell down, picked up her feet, and traveled. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Broncos. .350 to play here, quarter number 2. Craig with it for Daleville. She looks, comes near side with it to Hostetler. Hostetler back to Craig. Craig tries to go high post to Walker, but it's knocked away, stolen away. And up with it is Smoke. Smoke takes it the length of the court. Her layup's up, no good. Rebound loose, knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by the Lady Rockets. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Broncos. Craig into the front court. Thinks about a three, goes to Hostetler. Hostetler lets fly from the three-point left wing. It's no good. Rebound's cleared off by 4 of the Lady Rockets. She gives it off to Ogden. Now back to Rice. Rice goes high right side with it. Ogden down the baseline. It goes to Ellis. Ellis's basket is good, and she's going to go to the line to shoot a free throw. Chance to cut into the Bronco lead. Currently is 8 points. She can get it down to 7. Ellis's free throws up and good. Makes it an 18-11 ball game. Substitutions into the lineup for Daleville is Gwen Schmiedel. And returning to the lineup for Union is Harley Losey. Craig with it between the circles, goes high right side to Kendall, back to Craig. Craig near side comes to Hostetler. Hostetler to Craig. Craig near side to Hostetler. Hostetler back to Craig. Craig with a three-pointer straight away. Off the front iron, no rebound, loose and fought for. Finally picked up by Smoke of Union. Smoke gives it off to Rice. Rice with it. Gives it off to Ogden. Ogden high right side. She lets fly with a three-pointer. It's too long. And loose and fought for in the court. Finally picked up by Foy. Foy tries to skip it across to Ogden. Nearly stolen away. Now Rice with it between the circles. 18-11 your score. 2:15 to play here, quarter number 2. Rice goes down inside to Ogden. Ogden left baseline turnaround. Hook shot in the lane is up and good by Danielle Ogden. Makes it an 18-13 ball game. Broncos lead it by only 5. Hostetler lets fly with a 3 left wing. It's off left. Loose and fought for. Craig saves it, but finally it's picked up by Foy of Union. They're going to get a jump ball called as Foy's tied up. Possession arrow points in the direction of the Lady Broncos. Ellis re-enters the lineup for Union. Sitting down is Losey. Hostetler will trigger the ball in bounds for Daleville. Hostetler looks, finally gets the ball in bounds to Craig. Craig, right of the lane, gives it off to Hostetler. Back to Craig. Three-pointer right wing is short. Rebound's cleared off by Foy of Daleville of Union, but she nearly throws it away. Loose on the court, picked up by Walker. Walker of the Lady Broncos. Walker, near side, goes to Hostetler. Hostetler, 17-footer off the iron. No good. Rebounds loose. Fought for. Picked up by Foy of Union. Foy is tied up, and we're going to get a reach-in foul, it looks like, against Ellie Hostetler. (18-13) the score. 1:29 to play here, quarter number 2. Foy triggers it inbounds to Rice. Rice into the front court. She goes high post to Ogden, kicks it back out to Foy. Rice with it now. High right side is Rice. Dribbles right wing, gives it off to Smoke. Smoke goes high post to Ogden. Her turnaround shot is no good. Loose ball. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis. Gives the ball back to Daleville. Broncos holding just a 5-point lead here with 1:07 to play in the second quarter. Substitution for Union back into the ball game is Losey. She replaces Ellis. Craig. Near side it comes to Hostetler. Hostetler gives to Walker. Walker in the lane. Kicks it out to Kendall. Kendall's three-pointer right wing's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Craig. Craig looking. Skips it across to Walker. Walker penetrates. Now goes down inside to Schmiedel. Schmiedel's turnaround shot in the lane partially blocked. Loose and fought for out of bounds. Last touch by Schmiedel. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Rockets. Another substitution for Union. Ellis back in the lineup, replaces Losey. Foy triggers it in to Rice. Rice with it on the dribble. Dribbles right wing, picks up her dribble. Looking, gives it off to Foy. Now high post to Ogden. Ogden looks, tries to get it back out to Foy. Nearly over and back, but it's stolen away by Kendall. Kendall takes it to the basket. Her little shot lanes up and good. Lyra Kendall makes it a 20-13 Bronco lead with 11 seconds to go here in the quarter. Rice with it. 6 seconds. Ogden now. 3 seconds, goes down inside, turnaround jump shot in the lane is up and good by Honor Ellis to trim the Bronco lead to just 5 points at halftime. 20-15 is your halftime score. We'll take a couple-minute break, hopefully get you some halftime numbers. We're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We're back here at halftime where the Daleville Lady Broncos hold a 20-15 lead at the break. Looking at some individual scoring. First for the visiting Lady Rockets, they were led by Honor Ellis, who had 4 two-point field goals, 1 free throw for 9 points. Also scoring in the first half of play was Autumn Rice, who had 1 3-point field goal and was 1 for 2 from the line for 4 points. And the only other Lady Rocket to score was Danielle Ogden, who had a 2-point field goal in the second quarter. So your scoring for Union once again was 9 for Ellis, 4 for Rice, and 2 for Ogden. Looking at the Broncos, they were led in scoring by Audrey Voss, who had 3 2-point field goals and was 2 of 6 for the line for 8 points. Also, Ashton Craig had 1 3-pointer, 1 2-point field goal for 5 points. Ellie Hostetler had 1 3-point field goal for 3 points. And Lyra Kendall had 1 2-point field goal for 2 points. And Amy Isom had 1 2-point field goal for 2 points. So again, Voss with 8 points, Ashton Craig with 5 points for the Broncos at halftime. Scoring by quarters, Broncos came out to a 13-6 lead, and I believe they were up by as many. I know they were up by at least 9, maybe a little bit more, but the Broncos came back, trimmed it to 5, particularly with a basket there at the horn by Ellis. That's what shrunk the lead to 5 here at the break. 20-15 your score, halftime. We'll take a couple-minute break and be back with second half action. We're listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. 20-15 your scores. We get ready to start second half of play. Broncos come back with Voss, Walker, Isom, Craig, and Potler into the lineup for the first time tonight for Daleville as Daleville comes out in their 1-3-1 half-court trap. Ogden with it, top of the key for Union, goes high right side to Smoke. Smoke has it knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Emmy Isom, so it'll be Rocket basketball in front of their own bench. Smoke will trigger the ball in bounds, gets the ball in bounds. Rice tries to, but stolen away by Potler. Potler will take it the length of the court, put it up and miss it. Rebounds pulled up by Craig. She puts it back in, scores, makes it a 22-15 ball game. Broncos pick up the three-quarter court pressure with Potler pressuring the basketball. That is Rice. She's trapped by Potler, and Craig going to reach in. No, we're going to get a jump ball called. And with that, Coach Chittister calls a timeout to try to combat this three-quarter court pressure the Broncos are applying. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Smoke will trigger the ball in bounds for the Lady Rockets. With officials conferring here momentarily. Whatever the problem was, they appear to have gotten it straightened out. Smoke triggers the ball in bounds into the backcourt, comes to Rice. Broncos are going to pick up at the 10-second line with Potler, just beyond the 10-second line. Rice picks the ball up in the backcourt, lobs it up to Ellis. Ellis, right baseline, tries to go into Ogden. Ogden turnaround jump shot in the lane's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Losey. Losey tries to pass it out, but it's stolen away by Voss. She gives off to Walker. Up quickly, it comes to Potler. Potler in the lane. And they're going to say that before she went up with the shot, she double dribbled. Rice in the backcourt. Dribbles in across the 10-second line into the trap to get to Ogden high post. Ogden looking. Now near side it comes to Rice. Rice trapped in the baseline. And she's in some trouble. Got to reach in foul, they say. And it was either Craig or Walker. Walker walks away disgusted. So I think it went against Walker. That is the first foul of the half for Lady Broncos. Ogden triggers the ball in bounds for Union. Gets into Ellis. Her shot is no good, but she's fouled in the lane. So to the line for the Lady Rockets goes number 31. That's Honor Ellis. Chance to cut into the 7-point Bronco lead. Ellis's free throw off the iron, no good. Broncos really been in control the entire ball game, but they're letting the Lady Rockets hang around. Still within striking distance of just 7 points. Ellis readies her second free throw. That one's in and out, no good. Rebound's cleared up by Walker of Daleville. She gives it off to Craig. Craig into the front court, working against the 2-3 zone of Union, goes high left side with it to Potler. Potler left wing on the dribble. Now she centers it, gives it near side to Isom. Now right wing it goes to Walker. They go inside, turnaround jump shot in the lane is up and good by Audrey Voss. Makes it a 24-15 ball game. Broncos picking up just across the 10-second line. High post or into the center of the court. It goes to Ogden. She goes down inside to Ellis, but it's knocked away and stolen away by Daleville. Up with it is Craig for the Lady Broncos. Craig up with it quickly, penetrates into the lane, and as she takes it to the basket, we're going to get a reach-in foul against Union. They say it was on the floor, so it'll be Bronco basketball out underneath their own basket. Craig will trigger the ball in bounds. Craig now to Potler. Potler's 15-foot jump shot straight away is short. Loose, picked up from the floor by Rice of Union. Rice up with it quickly. Right wing she goes with it, kicks it back out to Ogden, but they say she drug her pivot foot as she was passing it back out, gives the ball back to the Lady Broncos. 24-15 your score, 6:03 to play, quarter number 3. Broncos lead it by 9. Craig into the front court. Craig looks. High left side, it goes to Potler. Potler back to Craig between the circles. Craig high post to Walker. Walker goes down inside to Voss. Voss is in a layup in the lane. Is up and good. Makes it a 26-15 ball game. Broncos lead it by 11. That at least equals their biggest lead of the game. Broncos picking up just across the 10-second line. Ogden with it now for Union. Or correction, now it's Ogden. She gives it off to Ellis, back to Ogden, and back to Ellis. Ellis' shot's no good. Rebound cleared off by Voss of Daleville. Craig with it now into the front court. Craig goes right baseline to Isom, back to Craig. Craig, they say before she put the ball in the floor, she shuffled her feet, traveling called. Turnover gives the ball back over to Union. Smoke triggers it inbounds to Rice. Rice being pressured in the backcourt. She's cut off by Craig near side, and we're going to get a traveling call against Rice. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos. Craig will trigger the ball in bounds. Gets it into Walker. Walker back to Craig, right wing, down the baseline to Voss. Voss's three-pointer is too strong. Rebound loose and fought for. Out of bounds last touch, they say by Voss. So it'll be Rocket basketball. They'll go the length of the court. Broncos now picking up three-quarter court pressure. All the Broncos into the front court. Looks like a 1-2-1-1 zone press now. And dribbling through that press is Rice. Rice, left wing now in the front court. Gets it to Smoke. Smoke to Ogden. Ogden lets fly with a three-pointer right wing. It's up and good. Danielle Ogden with a three-pointer makes it 26-18, but the Broncos are back up with it quickly, and Cowler scores, making it a 28-18 ball game. Potler pressuring Rice in the backcourt. Rice dribbles into the trap. She tries to skip it out to Ogden, but it's knocked away, picked up by Isom. Right side to Craig. Craig finds Potler wide open under the basket, up and good. Makes it a 30-18 lead. 12-point lead now by the Broncos. Stolen away. The inbounds pass is by Walker. Gets to Potler. That makes it 32-18. And with that, Coach Chittister wants a timeout. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. – 32-18 your score. Broncos have extended the lead to 14, picking up in full court pressure. Rice triggers the ball and bounds to Ogden. Ogden uses up her dribble, lobs it into the front court to Ellis, but she has it back tapped away from her. Stolen away, picked up by Walker of Daleville, gets it down the baseline to Potler. Potler, shot fake, penetrate, kicks it out to Walker. Walker lets fly with a three-pointer left wing, and it's good. And that makes it a 35-18 score. Broncos with the bigger lead at 17. Ogden with it. She's trapped. They get the ball in the middle of the court to Ellis. Ellis looking, gives it off to Ogden. Ogden, high right side. And she drives the right sideline. Down on the baseline she goes now. Tries to skip it out and does to Smoke. Smoke's 15-foot jump shot is in and out. No good. Rebound's cleared off by Voss of Daleville. Audrey gives it off to Isom. Isom into the front court. Or correction, that's Craig with it. Craig now between the circles. Near side it comes to Walker. Walker inside to Voss. Voss's turnaround shot in the lane's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Ellis. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Audrey Voss in the lane. Gives the ball back to Union. Third foul against Voss. Broncos lead it by 17. Losey sits down. Foy's in for Union. Union working against the press, has it knocked away, stolen away, picked up by Craig of Daleville. Walker to Isom. Isom's three-pointer left wing is nothing but the bottom of the net. Puts the Broncos up by 20. Union inbounds the ball. Ogden with it in the backcourt. Tries to skip it up to Smoke, but it's stolen away by Walker. She tries to go down inside to Patler. It's knocked out of bounds, and we're going to get an over-the-back call against Union. I think it's going to be Ogden. Yep, that's Ogden's second foul. Patler triggers the ball and bounces to Voss. She gives off to Walker. Walker top of the key. Looking. Goes down inside to Craig. Skips it over to Potler. Potler's 12-foot baseline jump shot's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Ogden. Ogden in the backcourt. Gives it to Rice. Rice. Union's going to have to get it across the timeline. Broncos three-quarter court pressure. They got to be near the 10-second call. Finally, 10-second call in the backcourt against Union. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Broncos. 38-18 your score. 2:38 to play, quarter number 3. Walker triggers the ball in bounds to Potler, left wing. Potler lets fly with a three-pointer off the front iron, no good. Rebounds loose and fought for, finally picked off by Ellis of Union. Ellis gives the ball to Smoke, back to Rice. Rice in the backcourt. Tries to skip it up to Ellis, but she overthrows it. Up with it for the Broncos is Craig. Craig finds Potler wide open under the basket, up and scores. Makes it a 40-18 contest. Foy gets the ball in bounds to Ogden. Ogden gives it off to Rice. Rice is trapped just behind the 10-second line, lobs it over to Ogden. Ogden drives the right baseline, goes down inside to Ellis. Ellis puts up a shot and scores it. Honor Ellis with a bucket. She'll go to the line with a chance for the three-point play. Ellis readies her free throw. It is up and good. Makes it a 40-21 ball game. And Broncos come down, have an empty possession. Up with it is Union. They come up quickly. That's Ellis. Ellis puts up the shot. It is no good, but she is fouled. So Ellis will go back to the line. Foul goes against Voss. Ellis to the line. She'll shoot 2 free throws. Broncos lead it by 19. Hostetler gets ready to come back in the lineup for Daleville as Ellis's free throws up and good. Sitting down is Voss. Voss has 4 fouls here at the 146 mark of quarter number 3. Ellis raises her second free throw. It's off the front iron, no good. Rebound cleared off by Potler. Potler looking, gives it off to Craig. Craig into the front court. Goes in the mid post to Hostetler. Her turnaround shots partially blocked and rebounds cleared off by Ogden of Union. Ogden gives the ball off to Rice. Rice in the backcourt being picked up by Potler. Rice dribbles into the trap just across the 10-second line, gives it off to Ogden. Ogden's trapped Rice baseline. She tries to lob it over to Ellis, but Ellis loses it out of bounds. Turnover Rockets. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. Broncos still have an 18-point lead. Craig with it into the front court for the Broncos. Hostetler with it left wing back to Craig. Craig lets fly with a three-pointer straight away. If it's no good off the back iron. Loose fought for, out of bounds. And they say last touched by the Lady Rockets. Craig will trigger the ball in bounds. Under her own basket. Craig gets it off to Walker, left wing. Walker skips it out near side to Hostetler. Hostetler's three-pointer short. Rebounds picked off by Craig. She gives off to Isom. Isom 15-footer right baseline. It's short, out of bounds. Last touch, Broncos. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Rockets. Under a minute to play here, quarter number 3. Rice brings it up slowly for Union. Finally into the front court, working against the Broncos 2-3 zone. She gets it right wing to Ogden. Ogden drives right side. She's cut off, but she bounces it off Walker and out of bounds. Rockets will retain possession. Foyle triggered the ball in bounds for Union. She gets the ball into Rice. Rice, right side. Now she dribbles it out between the circles. Rice now penetrates. Let's fly with a three-pointer straight away. It's off the front iron, no good. But it's loose and fought with four. Finally picked up by Craig of Daleville. Under 30 seconds to play here, third quarter. Craig penetrates in the lane. We're going to get a reach-in foul out on top against Smoke of Union. And that is just, I believe, the fourth foul against the Rockets. So Walker will trigger the ball on bounds. 23.8 seconds to go here, quarter number 3. Broncos lead it by 18. Craig with it, high right side for Daleville. Skips it across to Hostettler. Her three-pointer left wings off the back iron, no good. Rebounds pulled down by Ogden of Union. Ogden with it now in the backcourt. Finally, well, she keeps it herself. Dribbles into the trap across the 10-second line, gives it off to Smoke. Smoke, 15-footer right wing is no good. Rebounds fought for, put it off by Isom of Daleville. Up with it quickly is Emmy Isom. Isom puts up the shot at the horn, and it's no good off the backboard. And your third quarter score is Daleville 40, Union 22. We'll take another break and be back with fourth quarter action. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, where after being outscored by Union 9-7 in the third quarter, Broncos bust out there in the third quarter, outscore Union 20-7 to give you the 40-22 score. And Broncos were up by as many as 22 points with about 2 minutes to play there. Actually, it was a little earlier than that in the quarter. They were up by 22 points over Union in the third quarter. Bronco basketball, they go down inside to Voss. Voss picks up a little jumper in the lane and scores. It makes it 42-22. Broncos now lead it by 20. Broncos pick up a full court 1-2-1-1 pressure. They get the ball in bounds to Losey, but Losey tries to pass it out and it's stolen away by the Broncos. Walker goes down inside to Craig. Her little shot in the lane's up, no good. And rebound last touch by Union will be Bronco basketball underneath their own basket. Got a whistle and a timeout. Broncos up by 20, but they'll take a short timeout here with 7:34 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take another break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Bronco basketball. Walker will trigger it in. She looks, gets the ball in bounds to Craig. Craig's three-pointer right wing, I should say, is no good. Rebound put back up by Power. It's no good. And she gets a rebound and puts it up again. Rebounded this time by Isom, and she finally scores it. And that puts Daleville back up 44-22 as they're picking up in full court pressure once again. This is equaling the biggest lead of the ball game for Daleville. Loose ball off on the court. And they say went off the foot, I believe, of Losey of Union and out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos. Broncos chance to extend the lead. Isom on the baseline goes down inside to Voss. Voss tries to shoot a reverse layup, but has it partially blocked. Rebounds cleared off by Union. Losey gives the ball off to Rice. Broncos picking up about three-quarter court. Potler picks up Rice. forces her to dribble left side. Down the baseline goes Rice. She's trapped on the baseline. Going to get reach-in foul against Daleville. Looks like they're going to get Emmy Isom. Correction goes against Malia Walker. Her second, team sixth. Foy triggers the ball in bounds for Union. She looks. Finally gets the ball in bounds to Rice. Rice loses it, has it knocked out of bounds by Pollard. Rockets will retain possession. Rice to triggered in. Gets it into Foy, back to Rice. Rice still in the backcourt, being pressured by Pollard. Rice now dribbles up, left wing. Her little jump shot's no good. Rebound cleared off by Isom. Isom gives the ball off to Walker. Walker gets it up quickly to Pollard. Pollard puts it up and scores it. Makes it a 46-22 Bronco lead. Broncos, again, with full court pressure. They get the ball in bounds to Ogden. Ogden lobs it high in the air to Ellis, but it's stolen away by Walker. She goes down inside to Craig. Craig puts up a shot. She's fouled hard. So Ashton Craig will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Correction. They say it was not a shooting foul, but the Broncos get the ball inside to Voss. Voss wide open under the basket and scores it, makes it a 48-22. Broncos lead it by 26. And with that, Coach Chittister calls another timeout. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball. (46-22) your score, 6:12 to go in the ball game. Broncos back off the full court pressure. Look like they're lining up in the 1-3-1 half court defense, I believe. Although now they look like they're still in the zone. 3-pointer on the way is up off the iron, no good by Ogden. The rebound's cleared off by Walker Devil. She gets it up quickly to Voss. Voss loses it, and picked up for the Lady Rockets is Losey. Losey gives it off to Rice. Rice down the front court to Ogden. Ogden, high right side, lobs it down inside to Ellis. Ellis gives it off to Losey. Losey on the dribble. Now out on top it goes to Rice. Rice dribbles right wing. Gives it high right side to Foy to Ogden between the circles. Ogden dribbles high right side. Now let's fly with a 3-pointer. It's up and good. Another 3-pointer by Danielle Ogden pulls the Rockets to within 23. 48-25 is your score. Craig goes high post to Walker. Now down inside the Voss. Wide open layup is up and good. Makes it a 50-25 ball game. 5 minutes to play here. Quarter number 4. Rice with it for Union. Between the circles, penetrates, gives it off to Foy. Foy looks back to Rice, 35 feet straight away from the basket. She drives right wing. Now to Ogden. Ogden on the dribble, right side, thinks about another 3, and then tries to lob down inside to Ellis. Gets it to Ellis. Ellis puts it up and scores. Honor Ellis with the basket, makes it 50-27. And with that, we get another timeout. This time taken by the Lady Broncos. Just some substitutions. We'll get those substitutions when we come back. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Bronco basketball. They lead it by 23. Craig with the basketball, high left side. She looks. Goes high post to Kendall. Kendall's turnaround shot in the lane's no good. Rebound loose and fought for. Picked up by Potler. Potler is tied up in there by Ellis of Union. Whistle. Possession arrow points in favor of the Rockets. Rice into the front court. Goes high post to Smoke. Smoke kicks it out to Ogden. Ogden right side looking. Gives it off to Rice. We're going to get a reach-in foul against Emmy Isom. Broncos' 7th foul, so that will put the Lady Rockets to the line. Rice will shoot the 1-and-1. Her first free throw is short off the iron, no good. Rebound cleared off by Voss of Daleville. She gives it off to Craig. We're under 4 minutes to play here, quarter number 4. Potler lets fly with a three-pointer, left baseline's up and good. It makes it a 53-27 lead for Daleville. Rice into the front court for Union. Dribbles near side, got a whistle and a foul on the screen, illegal screen, they say, by Losey. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. Craig into the front court for the Broncos. Broncos hold on to that 26-point lead. Near side it comes to Isom. Isom back to Craig between the circles. Looks. Near side it comes to Isom. Isom back to Craig. Craig penetrates a little bit, has it knocked away. Loose ball picked up. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. See who they're going to get. Foul goes against Craig of Daleville, so the Rockets will get possession once again. No, correction. That's the 8th foul. So as we mentioned before, the Rockets will be shooting one in a bonus. Free throw is off the back iron, no good. Rebound scored off by Potler. Potler gives the ball off to Craig. Craig drives the left baseline, puts up a runner, has it blocked away. Rebound's cleared off by Ogden of Union. Ogden gives the ball off to Rice. Rice now between the circles. Looking. Down on the baseline, it goes to Ellis. Ellis penetrates, looks, has it knocked away, stolen away by Potler. Potler up with it quickly, takes it the length of the court, pulls up, kicks it back out to Isom. Isom drives the right baseline, kicks it back out to Potler. Her 15-foot jump shot's no good. Rebound fought for out of bounds, last touched by Daleville. Smoke will trigger the ball in bounds for Union. Gets it into Rice. 53-27 your score. 2:40 to play, quarter number 4. Rice into the front court. Must fly with a three-pointer straight away off the front iron, no good, but with the rebound is Ellis. Ellis has it knocked away by Craig of Daleville. Craig gets it up quickly to Isom. Isom back to Craig. Craig lets fly with a three-pointer. It's off the front iron, no good. Rebound's pulled off by Ellis of Union. Ellis gives the ball off to Rice. Rice with it, gives it off to Ogden, high right side. Ogden dribbles it once, picks up her dribble, tries to skip it out, but it's stolen away by Kendall. Kendall takes the length of the court, dumps it off down inside to Craig. Craig's layup is up and good. Puts Daleville up on top by a 55-27 score. We're under 2 minutes to play. Rice dribbles right side for Union, gives it to Ogden. Ogden lets fly with a long three, and it's short, but she's fouled. So to the line will go Danielle Ogden with 3 free throws. Ogden's free throws up and good. She readies her second one. This one's also good. Substitutions for both teams into the lineup for the first time tonight for Daleville is Hannah Whitehouse. As Isom sits down. Third free throw of Ogden is also good, so she knocks down all 3 free throws. Makes it a 55-30 ball game with 1:40 to play. Near side it comes to Whitehouse, to Craig. Back to Whitehouse, high right side. Craig thinks about a 3, goes to Whitehouse, looks, and we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, Daleville. One might think it might be to get some either substitutions in or to give some direction to some younger players who are in the lineup here. Whatever the case, it's a timeout. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Great Lady Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. $55-30 your score. 1:30 to go in the ball game. Bronco basketball. They'll have it out of bounds on the near side in front of the Bronco cheering section. Potler gets the ball in, bounce to Craig, goes high left side to Whitehouse. Whitehouse lets fly with a 3. It's partially blocked and short. Rebounds loose and fought for. Finally cleared off by Ogden of the Lady Rockets. Into the front court with it is Rice. Rice, high right side to Ogden. Ogden lets fly with another 3. It's up and good. Danielle Ogden with another 3-pointer for Union. Makes it a 55-33 ball game. Craig into the front court. Goes high left side to Potler. Potler drives to the left baseline. They say she drug her pivot foot. Gives the ball back over to the Rockets. 56.3 seconds to play. Rice in the backcourt for Union. Dribbles left side. Looks, picks up her dribble, skips it across to Ogden. We'll see if Ogden lets fly with another long one. She thinks about it, unable to, gives it off to Smoke. They try to go down inside to Ellis, but it's knocked away. Picked up by Craig of Daleville. 35 seconds to go. Craig's running the lanes up and good. Makes it a 57-33 ball game. Smoke gives it back to Rice in the backcourt for Union. 20 seconds to play. Nearly traveled there. Ogden with the high right side. She lets fly. No, she tries to go down inside to Ellis. Ellis grabs it, puts it up. No good, but she's bumped. So to the line will go Honor Ellis. It's Audrey Voss's 5th foul. She'll sit down. Gwen Schmiedel will replace her. Sitting down for Union is losing into the lineup for the first time tonight is Jade San Juan Reyes. Ellis's free throw. Up hard off the back iron, no good. Ellis raises her second one. This one's good, makes it a 57-34 ball game. 13 seconds to play. Kendall triggers the ball and bounds to Craig. Craig up with it quickly. Drives right side. Pulls up, and we're going to get a reach-in foul. No, they say she traveled. Gives the ball back over to the Rockets with 6.3 seconds to play, 57-34 your score. Ellis with it for Union. Into the front court. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. She lets fly with a long one. It's hard off the back iron. No good, and that's going to do it. Your final score tonight for the girls game this evening. Daleville 57, Union 34. We'll take a couple-minute break. Be back for some final numbers here in the first ball game. You are listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, where the Daleville Lady Broncos have taken a 57-34 Mid-Eastern Conference victory over the visiting Union Lady Rockets. If we look at the score by quarters, Broncos jumped out to a 13-6 lead at the end of one. Then the Broncos were outscored by Union 9-7 in the second quarter, making it a 20-15 spread at the halftime break. And then in the third quarter, Broncos came out and outscored Union 20-7 to make the score 40-22. And they led by as many as 22 there in the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, Broncos came out and outscored Union 17-12 to give you the final score of 57-34. That is a 23-point spread for the Broncos, and they led by considerably more than that at one point. But the final spread again is 23 points, 57-34. We'll take another break. We'll be back with some final scoring numbers. You're listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, as you can see, the homecoming festivities are going on this evening. We'll give you the final scoring totals for both teams here. First for the visiting Lady Rockets. They were led in scoring by the 16 points of Honor Ellis, followed by the 14 points of Danielle Ogden. Ogden knocking down three three-pointers there in the second half to help her get to that final total of 14 points. The only other Lady Rocket to score tonight was Autumn Rice, and she had 4 points all in the first half. So again, the scoring for Union is 16 for Ellis, 14 for Ogden, and 4 for Rice. Looking at the victorious Daleville Lady Broncos, they were led in scoring tonight by the 18 points of center Audrey Voss. She was followed by the 13 points of Heather Potter. Potter getting all of those points in the second half. Also in double figures tonight was Ashlyn Craig. She had 11 points. She's followed up by the 7 points of Emmy Isom, the 3 points of Malia Walker, the 3 points for Ellie Hostetler, and the 2 points of Lara Kendall. So again, the Broncos were led in scoring by Voss's 18, Hostetler's 13, and Craig's 11. The victory tonight, or excuse me, the loss tonight for Union drops their record to 6-14 overall, 1-8 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, while Daleville bumps their record to 9-13 and evens their conference record at 4-4. Next game for Daleville, of course, will be sectional play next week at the Tri-Central Sectional, where the Lady Broncos will play the winner of Liberty Christian and Cowan in the sectional semifinals next Friday night at Tri-Central. That's going to do it here for the first ball game. We'll take a break here for probably 20 minutes or so before we come back, at least 20 minutes before we come back and start the broadcast of the boys Mid-Eastern Conference game between the Union Rockets and the Daleville Broncos. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 20. Hello once again, and welcome to Daleville Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. We're coming to you again from Daleville High School, where the Daleville Broncos are hosting the Union Rockets in a Mid-Eastern Conference contest this evening. Before we look at the matchups, I will let you know that the varsity girls Broncos were victorious earlier this evening by, I don't have that score in front of me, I believe it was 57-34 as a 23-point spread, if my memory serves me correctly. Looking at those matchups, first for the visiting Union Rockets, they're coached by Dan Carmody. The Rockets enter tonight's game with the record of 1-11 overall, 0-3 in Mid-Eastern Conference play, which is good for 10th place currently. The Rockets dropped their first 11 games before picking up their first win on January the 25th over Crystal House Academy by the score of 69-49. Of course, that was just this past Saturday evening. Union will look to build on that first win tonight as they attempt to pick up win number 2 versus the Daleville Broncos. Daleville, of course, is coached by Tyler Stotler. They are currently 4-10 overall, 1-5 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, which is good for a ninth place placement. Currently, the Broncos are in the midst of a 4-game losing streak, having fallen to Eastern Hancock, Cowan, Yorktown in the county tournament, and Southern Wells. Their last win came over Eastbrook, 49-45, back on January 3rd. Daleville will look to get back on track tonight versus the 1-11 Rockets. When we come back, we'll get you the starting lineups. This is Bronco basketball and Daleville Athletics. Here are your starting lineups. First for the visiting Rockets of Union. Starting at one guard will be Zane Sharp. He wears number 3, averages 2.5 points and 2 rebounds per contest. He is a senior. At the other guard will be number 40, Champ Ellis. He is a junior, averaging 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists per contest. At one forward will be number 5, Clayton Oliver. He's a senior, averaging 6 points, 6 rebounds, or 1 assist per contest. And the other forward will be Joe Guffey. He averages 4 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest. And in the middle for Union will be Christian Fowler. He wears number 44. He averages 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. So again, for Union, it is Sharp and Ellis at the guards, Oliver and Guffey at the forwards, and Fowler in the middle. For our Daleville Broncos, starting at one guard tonight will be Camden Leisure. He wears number 3. He's a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 10 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest. At the other guard will be Connor Fleming. He is a 5'10 senior. He averages 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per contest. At one forward will be Tim Arnold. He averages 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. He is a 6'2 sophomore wearing number 10. At the other forward will be Travion Johnson. He's a 6'2 sophomore. He wears number 23, averaging 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest. And in the middle will be Caden Gothard. He's a 6'2 junior, wears number 24, averages 6.5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest. Again, for Daleville, Leisure and Fleming at the guards, Arnold and Johnson at the forwards, and middle. In the middle is Caden Gothard. We will take a couple-minute break and be back with the opening tip. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back here at Delville High School, we're just about ready to get things started. Stepping in to jump it up for the Union Rockets is number 44, Christian Fowler. He'll go up against Caden Gothrop. Again, the Rockets are going with Fowler, Ellis, Guffey, Sharp, and Oliver. Oliver with the basketball for Union as the Rockets control the tap. Rockets in a man-to-man defense. Oliver being pressured, deflected and stolen away by Leisure. Leisure down on the baseline, it goes to Fleming, who has it blocked away by Union. Up with it for the Rockets is number 5, Oliver. Oliver between the circles comes near side to Sharp. Sharp between the circles, looks, has it stolen away by Fleming. Fleming will take it to the leg of the court, lay it up, and score it. Puts Daleville on top, 2-0. Broncos pick up in full court pressure. Johnson pressures and forces a steal. Gossip with the steal. Leisure's three-pointer from the baseline is good, makes it 5-0. And with that, Coach Dan Carmody takes a quick timeout. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Delville Athletics. Union basketball. They'll be going the length of the court. Broncos pick up in full court pressure. Ball's triggered inbounds to Ellis. Ellis skips it over to Oliver. Oliver lobs it long to Guffey. Guffey's trapped just across the 10-second line. He tries to split the trap, but they say he traveled. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos. Broncos triggered in front of their own bench. Arnold gets it off to Fleming, gives it back to Arnold. Three-pointer off the front iron, no good. Rebound is cleared off by Guffey of Union. Oliver with it across the timeline, being pressured by Leisure. Leisure relentless in the pressure. They lob it over to Ellis. Ellis drives, spin dribble, has it knocked away loose, picked up on the floor by Daleville to get it up to Travion Johnson. Johnson takes the length of the floor and scores it. And Travion Johnson will go to the line with a chance for the three-point play as he's fouled. We'll see who they're going to get. Foul goes against Fowler of Union. Johnson readies his free throw. It's up and good, makes it an 8-0 Bronco lead. Broncos still picking up with the full court pressure. Guffey triggers the ball and bounce to Ellis. Ellis gets it in the middle to Fowler. Now they give it back off to Oliver, and he's bumped and fouled by Connor Fleming. The Rocket basketball in front of the Bronco bench. Guffey will trigger it inbounds. 8-0 your score, 6:26 to play here, quarter number 1. Union gets the ball inbounds. They try to get the ball inbounds to Sharp, but they say he went over and back as his feet were in the front court, but he touched it and knocked it into the back court. Gives the ball to Broncos. Fleming with it high right side for Daleville to Johnson between the circles. Johnson nearly traveled. They go to Leisure down the baseline. It goes. There's a 15-foot jump shot by Arnold's no good. Rebounds picked off to Daleville. They kick it out to Fleming. His three-pointer's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Ellis of Union. Ellis tries to get it up, but it's stolen away by Fleming. Go into Travion Johnson. Johnson puts the Broncos up by a 10-0 count. Broncos still applying pressure. Knocked out of bounds. Rockets will retain possession. And with that, Coach Harmony wants another timeout. Broncos lead at 10-0. 6 minutes to go. First quarter. We'll take a short break. The Rocket basketball. Union trails it by 10. Broncos still coming with full court pressure. They lob the ball inbounds to Fowler. Fowler gives it off. It's stolen away. Fleming with the short jump shots up and good. Correction, that was Leisure with the short jump shots up and good. Makes it 12-0 Broncos. Ellis working against pressure. Gives it to Oliver. Oliver across the 10-second line and tries to dump it off to Fowler, but he loses it. Ball's picked up by Leisure. Goes down inside to Johnson. Back to Leisure. Shots up, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Union's Guffey. Guffey working against pressure from Leisure in the backcourt. Guffey now into the front court. Looks. Broncos in denial. They try to lob it down into Fowler. Fowler unable to catch it cleanly, but picks up the loose ball. Tries to kick it back out on top, but it's stolen away by Fleming. Fleming behind the black dribble into the lane. Puts up a runner. It's no good, but he's going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Foul goes against Sharp. Fleming at the line. His first free throw's up and good. Substitution for Union. Sitting down is Oliver. Into the lineup for the first time tonight is number 32 freshman Gage Guffey. Shot by Fleming is up and good. Makes it a 14-0 Bronco lead. Broncos still coming with full court pressure. Ball is inbounded to Ellis. Ellis skips it across court to Guffey. Guffey has it knocked out of bounds from behind. Last touch, you're going to say, by the Broncos. So the Rockets will retain possession. Ellis lobs it into Fowler. Fowler, and they say he traveled before he put the shot up. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos. Johnson triggers the ball inbounds to Fleming. Fleming, high right side, goes down the baseline, back out, and that is a three-pointer up and in and out, no good. Missed there by Arnold. With the rebound for Union is Guffey, but he promptly throws it out of bounds, working against the Bronco pressure. So Broncos will have possession once again. They'll trigger it in from the near side. Johnson triggers it in, gets it back, buries a three-pointer. Travion Johnson with the assist from Fleming makes it 17-0 Broncos. Broncos now on a 2-2-1 three-quarter court press, and it's tipped away, stolen away. Leisure puts up the layup and scores, makes it 19-0. And inbounding for Union is Ellis. They get it into Ellis. Ellis tries to get it up the floor to Guffey, but it's stolen away by Gotham. Gotham takes the length of the court, puts it up. It's no good, but Gotham's fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. There's a whistle and another timeout taken by Coach Carmody of Union as he tries to stop the bleeding. 19-0 your score, 4:25 to play here, quarter number 1. We'll take a short break. The Union basketball, no, correction, Gotham shooting a free throw. He has 2 shots. Union, when that looked like they're going to take the ball out of bounds. Gothrop readies his first free throw. It's up and good. Second free throw, hard off the back iron, no good. Rebound's cleared off by Guffey of Union. Guffey lobs it up to Fowler. Fowler into the front court on the dribble. Tries to take the length of the court, but nearly loses it out of bounds. But the loose ball is picked up by Daleville. Got it off to Fleming, but they say he traveled. So Union will retain possession. 20-0 your score. Broncos lead it. 4:16 to play. Union lobs it into Fowler. His turnaround jump shots in the lane is up and good. There's the Rockets crack the scoring column, make it a 20-2 ball game. Broncos go down inside to Gothard. Gothard powers up the reverse layup. No good. Rebound cleared off by Fowler of Union. He gets it off to Ellis. Ellis still in the backcourt. Finally gets it across the timeline. And we're going to get a reach-in foul against Daleville. We'll see who they get on that. I don't know if it's going to be Fleming or Johnson. Travion Johnson picks up his first foul. The Union basketball on the near side. Joe Guffey will trigger the ball in bounds. He gets it down, tries to pass it down the baseline to Ellis, but it's knocked out of bounds. Broncos overplaying just about every pass. Guffey will trigger it in down near the corner. He looks, lobs it high to Fowler, but it's stolen away momentarily by Gotham. Now it's loose on the floor, finally picked up by Sharp of Union. Now gives it off to Ellis. Ellis into the front court. Penetrates into the lane, takes it all the way to the basket, up and scores it. And he'll go to the free throw line with a chance for the three-point play. That is Champ Ellis. Substitution into the lineup for Daleville comes Zane Starkey. Sitting down will be Travion Johnson. Ellis, free throw, up and good. Makes it a 20-5 ball game. Broncos up with it quickly. They go down inside to Gothard. Gothard puts it up, scores it. Broncos got it up quickly, and we're able to get it inside to Caden Gothard. He puts it up, scores, and he'll go to the line with the opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play. Caden readies his free throw. Up hard off the back iron, but bounces up and falls in, makes it a 23-5 Bronco lead. Broncos picking up once again with full court pressure. They get the ball inbounds to Sharp. Sharp drives it up the sideline, and then we're going to get a blocking foul against Daleville. Foul goes against Connor Fleming. That's his second. The Rocket basketball in the backcourt. And substitution for Daleville into the lineup for the first time in the night will be Dylan Scott. And with that, the Broncos are also going to take a timeout. So we'll take a short break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Union basketball, front of the scorer's table. Guffey gets the ball inbounds to Ellis. Ellis working against pressure. High right side, gets it on top to Fowler. Fowler back to Ellis. Ellis being guarded closely by Starkey. Ellis penetrates into the lane, puts it up, and we got a whistle before the shot. And what's the call? Foul against Daleville's Zane Starkey. Union retains the possession. Ellis with it. Left side penetrates into the lane, has it knocked away, stripped away. Up with it is Leisure. Leisure takes the leg to the court, puts it shot up and scores it. And he'll go to the line with a free throw as well. Camden Leisure with the basket. Makes it a 25-5 score. Leisure will have a chance to tack one more on before relinquishing possession. Free throws up and good. Makes it 26-5. Broncos still in full court pressure. They lob it into Guffey, and we got a whistle, and he's bumped on the catch, I believe. Fouls goes against Daleville. Gothrop with the foul. Union looking to get the ball in bounds. They try to trigger it in. Joe Guffey tries to pass it clear across court to his brother, but it sails over his head and out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos. Broncos lead it by 21. 3:12 to play here in the first quarter. Leisure triggers the ball in bounds to Arnold. Arnold, high right side on the dribble. Looks, comes near side with it to Scott. Back to Arnold. High post now it goes to Gothard. Now it goes down the baseline. Back it out. It comes to Arnold. Arnold penetrate. 15-foot elbow jump shot off the back iron. No good. But the follow is up and good by Dylan Scott. Makes it a 28-5 Bronco lead. Up with it now for Union is Ellis. Ellis gets it in the front court. Being harassed. Goes over left side to Guffey. Guffey penetrates, spin dribble in the lane, puts up a wild runner, no good. Gets his own rebound. Almost looked like it could have been a travel call there, but goes down inside to Ellis. Ellis finally powers up the shot and scores it, makes it 28-7, Daleville. Arnold with it for the Broncos, comes near side to Scott. Back to Arnold, goes top of the key to Gothrop. Gothrop looks, 17-foot elbow jump shots up and good. Makes it a 30-7 Bronco lead. Broncos with 30 points here with over 2 minutes to go still here in quarter number one. It's got to be the most points the Broncos have scored in a quarter in a long time. Broncos pressuring Daleville. Finally, Fowler has it. Take it in the lane. Puts up a runner off the glass and in. Makes the score 30-9. Scott triggers the ball inbounds to Arnold. Arnold goes high post to Gothrop. Gothrop down on the baseline. It goes to Starkey. Starkey's three's off the front iron. No good. Rebounds loose and fought for. Finally cleared off by Union. And with it now is Ellis. Ellis being guarded by Starkey. Crosses the 10-second line. Between the leg dribble, spin dribble in the lane. Puts up a little runner. It's no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, actually. No one with the rebound. They say last touched by the Broncos. And it will be Daleville basketball as Gothrop returns to the lineup. Starkey triggers the ball inbounds to Arnold. Arnold has it high right side, goes high post now to Gothrop. Gothrop has it knocked away, picked up by Fowler of Union. He gives it off to Ellis. 30-9 your score, minute 15 to go here, quarter number one. Ellis drives, right side, takes it all the way to the basket, has it stripped away. Ball's picked up by Daleville's Scott. He gives it off to Arnold. Arnold up quickly. Goes to Scott. Scott with a three-pointer left wing. It's off the front iron, no good. Rebounds pulled off by Fowler. We're going to get a foul. It's going to go against Daleville. Foul goes against Gothrop. And another substitution to enter the lineup for the first time is Robert Ellis for the Broncos as Gothrop sits down. I'm sorry, Robert Wilson, excuse me. Fowler readies his free throw. In and out, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Starkey. And another foul against Union. Foul goes against Guffey. It's his second. Arnold with it for Daleville. High right side. Under 50 seconds to play. Arnold looks. Still being pressured. Penetrates. Backs it back out. Now we're to 40 seconds. Scott with it. Back out. 40 feet from the basket is Arnold. Arnold, as the Broncos look apparently to hold for one shot. We're under 30 seconds. Arnold backs it out. Still on the dribble. Arnold with it still. Now we're down to 15 seconds. Now Arnold penetrates, backs it back out once again. 10 seconds. Now he calls for a ball screen from Starkey. He drives right side. Picks up his dribble, kicks it back out to Starkey. Starkey lets fly with a long three off the back iron, no good. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Your first quarter score, Daleville 30, Union 9. We will take a break and be back with second quarter action. You are listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Be Daleville basketball to start the second quarter of play. Broncos lead at 30-9. Near side it comes to Scott. Back out on top it goes to Arnold. Arnold now down right wing. It goes to Leisure. Back out to Arnold. Near side it comes to Scott. Scott back to Arnold on the dribble. Penetrates into the lane. Dumps it off down inside to Robert Wilson. His little short jump shot's just a little bit too strong. Knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Starkey. Gives the ball back over to the Rockets. Guffey triggers the ball in bounds now to Ellis. Ellis on the dribble. Looks. Has it knocked away, stolen away. Up with it for the Broncos is Arnold. Arnold's going to take it to length, put up a layup. It's too strong. Starkey comes down with a rebound. He puts it back up, has it partially blocked, and off with it now for Union is Ellis. Ellis comes near side with it to Oliver. Oliver spin dribble into the lane. Has it loose, knocked away, finally picked up by Robert Wilson. He gives it off to Leisure. Leisure up quickly into the lane, takes the length, puts up a runner. It's up and finally goes in. Makes it a 32-9 game on the bucket there by Camden Leisure. Ellis into the front court. Broncos go man-to-man. Ellis takes it to the basket, has it stripped. Robert Wilson gives it off to Arnold. Arnold goes up for the layup but has it blocked away there by Clayton Oliver. Be Bronco basketball underneath their own basket. Starkey lobs the ball in bounds to Arnold. Arnold in the lane, kicks it out. Now they go down the baseline to Starkey. Starkey now gets it to Leisure. Back to Arnold. Arnold penetrates in the lane, skips it over to Scott. Scott now, they work it around the perimeter. Now it's Starkey on the left baseline out on top to Arnold. Arnold now to Leisure. Leisure shot fake, left baseline. Goes down inside, finds Wilson. Wilson's shot. Yeah, fan scores it. Robert Wilson with a basket. Makes the score 34-9. And walking the ball up slowly for Union is Clayton Oliver. Oliver being guarded by Arnold. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul as a couple of Union players fall to the floor. We'll see who they're going to get. Apparently, there was no foul called. Let's say out of bounds, last touch by Daleville. Union will lob the ball into Fowler. Fowler's little jump shot in the lane is no good, but Fowler's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Foul goes against Wilson of Daleville. Fowler's first free throw is short off the front iron. Fowler lays the second free throw. This one's up and good. Makes your score 34-10. Arnold with it into the front court for Daleville. He skips it out on top to Scott. Scott goes high right side to Arnold. Arnold goes down on the baseline now to Leisure. Leisure penetrates into the lane. Little short jump shots up and good. Camden Leisure with a nice take to the basket. Makes it 36-10. Ellis gets the ball into the front court to Guffey. Guffey drives right side, backs it back out, has it knocked out of bounds by Leisure. Another substitution for the Broncos. Dylan Scott sits down, and in the lineup for the first time is Keaton Farrell. Rockets will trigger the ball inbounds. Guffey looking, gets the ball inbounds to Oliver. Oliver, reverse dribble. Looks, he's being pressured, gets it back out on top to Sharp. Now goes down inside to Fowler. Fowler's turnaround jump shot in the lanes off the back iron. No good. Rebound's cleared off by Camden Leisure. Leisure up with it quickly. Penetrates into the lane, kicks it out. Near side it comes to Starkey. His three-pointer's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Guffey of Union. He gives it off to Ellis. Ellis lobs it into the paint to Fowler. Fowler catches it and scores it. Assist from Ellis, so Fowler will go to the line with a chance for the three-point play. Christian Fowler readies his first free throw. It is up and good. Makes a score 36-13. 5 minutes to play here. Leisure with it quickly. Let's fly with the three. It's in and out. No good. Rebound is pulled off by Wilson. He puts it up, has it partially blocked, and up with it for the Rockets comes Champ Ellis. Ellis drives right side, puts up a runner. It's no good, but we're going to get a whistle and a foul. They say before the shot, I believe. See what they're going to do. So Ellis will go to the line to shoot 2, as the Broncos do have 10 fouls here in the first half of play. Ellis's first free throw is up and good. Ellis readies his second one. That one is also good. Makes your score 36-15. 4:48 to play here in the second quarter. Arnold up in the front court quickly for Daleville. Comes near side. There's a three-pointer by Farrell. Is off the front iron. No good. Rebound fought for. We're going to get a jump ball, I believe. And possession arrow points in the direction of the Union Rockets. Broncos back off the press. Mass substitutions as Fleming, Johnson, and Gothard all return to the lineup. Sitting back down will be Wilson, Starkey, and Farrell. Broncos pick up a full court pressure once again as the starters return into the lineup. The ball's inbounded. Union does. They get it, but it's stolen away by Gothard. Gothard's going to take it to the basket and lay it over the front of the rim, score it, make it 38-15. Union gets the ball in bounds. They get it to Fowler, but it's knocked away, picked up on the floor by Fleming. Fleming comes to Leisure, back to Fleming on the baseline. He drives that baseline, kicks it back out to Leisure, up on top to Arnold. Arnold's three-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebounds fought for Gottrup. They give it to Fleming, or Leisure, I should say, with a three-pointer. Camden Leisure with a baseline three makes it 41-15. Broncos still pressuring full court. And finally, loose picked up finally in the front court for Union is Oliver. He takes it into the lane and puts the ball in the basket. We're going to whistle. I believe they're going to get him for a charging foul. Yep. Charging foul against Oliver of Union. And with that, he will sit down. Back in the lineup for Union is Gage Guffey. So it's both Guffey's, Ellis, Fowler, and Sharp for Union. Daleville basketball. Johnson triggers the ball in bounds to Fleming. Fleming high right side to Johnson. Near side it comes to Leisure. Down the baseline to Arnold. Arnold looks, skips across to Fleming. Fleming penetrates into the lane. His little 12-foot jump shots off the front iron, no. Rebounds loose and fought for. And they say last touch by Arnold. Broncos will pick up a full court pressure once again. Guffey triggers the ball and bounce to Ellis. Ellis is trapped in the deep corner. Lobs it over the top to Sharp. Sharp gets it down to Guffey. Guffey on the baseline. Crab steps it into the lane, puts up a shot, and it's no good. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Union on the rebound. And that is the 8th foul of the half against Union. So to the line will go Caden Gothrop. He'll be shooting the one and bonus. Gothrop readies his first free throw. It's short. Rebounds cleared off by Union's Guffey. That is Gage Guffey with it, working against pressure from Leisure. Finally gets it across the 10-second line, picks up his dribble, looks. He's in some trouble, finally gives it off to his brother. Now Fowler with it. Now Guffey. Guffey lets fly a long three, air ball. The ball's saved back in bounds to Daleville's Gothrop. Gothrop's going to take it to length. This time he gets fouled hard as the Rockets weren't going to let him try to dunk it, but to the line will go Caden Gothrop. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. 41-15 your score, 2:56 to play, quarter number 2. Caden Gothrop with 2 free throws. First free throw by Gothrop's up and good. Gothrop readies his second one. That one is also good. Makes it 43-15. Guffey gets the ball inbounds to Ellis. Broncos back off the pressure into the half court. Ellis will walk it across the timeline. Tries to lob it down inside, but it's stolen away. Loose on the floor, finally picked up by Sharp of Union. Going to whistle. And a jump ball, possession arrow. Points in the direction of Daleville. Travion Johnson will trigger the ball inbounds in front of the scorer's table. Johnson gets the ball inbounds to Fleming. Back to Johnson. To Fleming between the circles. Near side it comes to Leisure. Down the baseline it goes to Arnold. Arnold into the lane. Nice pass. Give and go, but Johnson is unable to finish. Rebound comes off to Ellis of Union. Ellis pulls up with a 3. It's up and good. Champ Ellis with a 3-pointer from straight away. Trims the lead to 25, 43-18. Arnold up with it. Goes inside to Gothrop. He puts up and scores. Caden Gothrop will go to the line with a chance for the 3-point play. Gothrop readies his free throw. It is in and out, no good. Rebounds loose and fought for. Finally picked up by Guffey of Union. He gives it off to Ellis. 45-18 your score as we near the 2-minute mark of quarter number 2. Long 3-pointer there by Ellis is off the glass and good. A 30-foot bank shot by Champ Ellis makes it 45-21. Arnold now pull up. 15-foot baseline Jay's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Fowler of Union. He gives it off to Ellis. Ellis into the front court being guarded by Johnson. Uses the ball screen. Gothrop picks him up. He drives the baseline. Puts up a reverse layup. In and out. No good. Rebounds cleared off by Gothrop of Daleville. Gothrop gets it off. They go down inside to Leisure. Leisure's scoop shot is up and good. Camden Leisure off the assist, I should say, from Arnold. Makes it 47-21 with 1:20 to play here in the first quarter of play. Ellis with it. Goes high post with it, but it's stolen away by Arnold. Arnold's going to take it to the length. Now he gives it off to Johnson. His layup's no good. Rebound's finally cleared off by Guffey. Broncos knock it away, stolen away. And what's the call? Still don't know what the call is. They're giving the ball to Union. Did not see the referee's signal for a violation. Nonetheless, it's Union basketball. Guffey with it for the Rockets. Guffey penetrates into the lane, puts up a little short shot, and it is good. That is the younger Guffey. His first name, I can't find it. Fleming three-pointer off the iron, no good. Leisure picks off the rebound. Now Arnold with it. Arnold tries to go down inside to Johnson. It's kicked out of bounds, and Broncos will retain possession. Gage Guffey was the younger Guffey brother. I was trying to find the name for there. Fleming will trigger the ball in bounds for the Broncos. He lobs it into Johnson. Johnson into the lane, puts up a shot. It's no good, but he's fouled. So Travion Johnson will go to the line with a chance for 2 points with 2 free throws coming. Johnson's free throw. Up, rattles around, falls in. Substitution. Fowler will sit down for Union, and he will be replaced by Clayton Oliver. Johnson readies his second free throw. Rattles around and falls in. Makes it 49-23. Ellis with it for Union. Directs traffic in the backcourt. 35 seconds to play. Ellis on the dribble. Comes near side with it to Oliver. Oliver on the dribble. Tries to skip it across, but stolen away by Fleming. Fleming will take it late from the court and lay it in. Makes it 51-23. 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. Oliver with it. Looks. Has it stolen away by Arnold. Arnold gets it up to Gothard. Gothard in the lane. Tries to put it up. And we're going to whistle, and a foul against Union will send Caden Gothard to the line. And he'll be shooting 2 free throws as the Broncos are in the double bonus. 51-23 your score, 7.5 seconds to play in just the second quarter. Gothard readies his first free throw. It is up and good. Second one by Caden is short off the iron, but the rebound's pulled up by Arnold. His put back, it rattles around, won't go. Fought for. Leisure puts it up, no good. And Arnold comes up, or I should say Guffey comes up with it for Daleville, fires a shot at the buzzer. It's no good, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Broncos lead it 52-23, and Daleville actually had opportunities to put even more points on the board there in the first half, and they just could have finished a couple putbacks. But nonetheless, they lead it by, if I can do the math, 29 points, 52-23. We'll take a couple-minute break and be back with some halftime numbers. You are listening to Daleville Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, where the seniors just received the horseshoe for winning various homecoming competitions. As we look at the first half scoring, Broncos jumped out to a 30-9 lead at the end of the first quarter. 30 points there in the first quarter has to be the most points that the Broncos have scored in a quarter in some time. Then they outscored Union by a 22-14 count in the second quarter to give them the current 52-23 lead. I'd be curious to know when the last time was Daleville scored 50 points in the first half. We'll take another break, and hopefully I'll come back with some halftime scoring totals, individual, I should say, in a couple minutes. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Take a look at some halftime scoring here from that high-scoring first half. First for the visiting Rockets, they appear to be led in scoring by Champ Ellis, who had 13 points in the first half on 2 3-point field goals, 2 2-point field goals, and was 3 for 3 from the line. Christian Fowler, 8 points on 3 2-point field goals. He was 2 of 3 from the line. And Gage Guffey had 1 2-point field goal. So again, the 13 points of Ellis, the 8 points of Fowler, and 2 points from Guffey for their 23 points. And I will try to do this as quickly as I can. The Broncos were led first half scoring by Camden Leisure. He had 2 3-point field goals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-point field goals. So that's 18. 1 free throw is 19 points in the first half there for Camden Leisure. 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19. Yep, 19 points in the first half from Camden Leisure. Caden Gothrop had 4 2-point field goals and 7 free throws. Looks like he was 7 for 10 for 15 points. So 19 for Leisure, 15 for Gothrop in the first half. And Travion Johnson had 2 2-point field goals, a 3-point field goal, and a free throw for 8 points. So 19 for Leisure, 15 for Gothrop, 8 points for Johnson, and then 4 for Fleming, 2 for Scott, and 2 for Wilson. And that's going to do it for your halftime scoring for individual scoring for Daleville. 52-23 is your halftime score. We'll take a couple-minute break and be back with second half action. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. We're just about ready to get ready. We are just about ready to get things going here in the third quarter. Broncos come back. Looks like the starters: Leisure, Fleming, Arnold, Gothrop, and Johnson. Rockets come back with Guffey, Ellis, Sharp, Oliver, and Fowler. The ball is lobbed inbound to Ellis. Ellis puts it up, misses, and off with the rebound for Daleville as Johnson gets it off to Fleming. Fleming backs off now, works around the perimeter. Arnold's 15-foot baseline jump shot's too strong. Rebounds cleared off by Guffey of Union. That's Joe Guffey. Sharp with it. Gets it across the 10-second line to Oliver. Oliver behind the back dribble between the circles. Looks. Tries to feed it down low, but it's knocked away, stolen away by Fleming. Gets it up to Arnold. Arnold shots up and good. Arnold scores on the break. He'll go to the line. Foul goes against Connor Fleming. Arnold's first free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound cleared off by Fowler of Union. Gives it off to Guffey. Guffey to Sharp. Sharp still in the backcourt. Now across the timeline, being guarded by Fleming. Sharp on the dribble. Follow a wild shot in the lane's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Fleming. Fleming gets it up quickly to Arnold. That goes down inside to Johnson. Johnson scores it. Broncos run the fast break to perfection that time. Makes it a 56-23 ball game. Broncos still pressuring. Johnson with it. I should say that's Ellis in the backcourt. Rocket's going to have a hard time getting it across the 10-second line. We got a whistle, and ball was knocked away. They say last touch by the Rockets, so it'll be Bronco basketball. Another turnover by Union. Travion Johnson will trigger the ball inbounds in front of the scores table. He hits the ball inbounds to Fleming. Fleming between the circles, goes high left side to Arnold. Arnold left wing, gets it out on top to Leisure. Leisure's three-pointers up and good. Camden Leisure. If my memory serves, that's his 22nd point here. We've still got 6:30 to go in the third quarter. Steal there by Fleming. Gets it to Johnson. Back out to Fleming. His three-pointer right wing's no good. Rebound cleared off by Ellis. Ellis gets it to Fowler. Fowler decides to bring it across the timeline himself. Goes down the baseline to Guffey, but he loses it out of bounds. Turnover, gives the ball back over to Daleville. Whistle, and there's going to be another timeout taken by Coach Carmody. And with that, we'll take a short break. You're listening to Daleville Athletics. It's going to be Bronco basketball in the far corner. Johnson triggers the ball in bounds to Fleming. Get up quickly to Arnold. Arnold lets fly with the three-pointer. It's too strong. Loose and fought for by Fleming. Fleming high right side. Comes to Arnold. Arnold goes down inside to Gothrop. Gothrop spins, jump shot in the lane, rattles around and falls in. Caden Gothrop with another bucket. Makes it 61-23. Ball's loose, fought for, and knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Union. Arnold to trigger the ball in bounds.
Gets it to Fleming, back to Arnold. Arnold drives left baseline, puts up a runner. It's up, rattles, goes around the rim and falls in. Makes it 63-23. Broncos up by 40. The ball's lobbed in high to Fowler. Fowler tries to throw it long, but it's knocked away, stolen away by Fleming to Gothrop to Arnold. Arnold drives to the basket, kicks it back out to Fleming, out on top to Gothrop. Gothrop's three-pointer. It's short. Rebounds fought for, last touch out of bounds off of Fowler. Broncos will retain possession. Fleming now. Lobs it high to Arnold. Down to Johnson. Johnson to Arnold. He looks, gets it to Gothrop. Gothrop now to Fleming. Fleming on the dribble to Arnold straight away. Now to Johnson. Broncos content to work the ball. Leisure with it now. Between the circles, Fleming near side to Arnold. He drives the lane, has it knocked away, picked up by Fleming. Fleming drives right baseline. Short jump shot, rattles around, won't fall. Loose, fought for, finally cleared off by Champ, and we're going to get a foul against Fleming as he bumped Champ on the rebound. That's Fleming's third. 63-23, 4:58 to play in the third quarter. Union lobs the ball into Ellis. Ellis picks it up in the front court. He's bumped, and what we're going to get, a foul call, I think, against Arnold. Arnold's first foul, team second. Guffey will trigger the ball in bounds for Union. Lobs it into a wide open Fowler, puts it up, misses, gets his own rebound. This time puts it back in, makes it 63-25. Fleming in the front court for Daleville. To Johnson, to Arnold, down inside it goes to Gothrop. He scores it, but they whistle. They say offensive foul. They wave off the basket from Caden Gothrop. Gives possession back to Union. Broncos still picking up full court pressure. Looks like man-to-man pressure here. Looking to deny the inbounds pass. Ball stolen away by Fleming. Inbounds pass to Gothrop in the lane. Puts up a runner. It's up and good. Makes it 65-45. 4:33 to go in the third quarter. Broncos still pressuring. Guffey tries to lob it high to Fowler, but it goes over his head. Picked up by the Broncos down on the baseline. It goes to Arnold, and he's fouled hard. So Arnold would have a chance to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws with the clock stopped. And people have to be, if they're paying any attention, probably looking at the clock, seeing if the Broncos can get to the century mark or more. And if they keep going to the free throw line with the clock stopped and possibly knocking down free throws, they may have a chance to do that. Arnold's free throw is up and good. Arnold readies the second one. That one is also good. They're 2/3 of the way there. 67-25. Union throws it long to Ellis. Ellis nearly travels. Has it down on the baseline. He's working against pressure. Goes down inside to, tries to go down inside to Sharp, but it's stolen away by Daleville. Arnold up with it quickly. Goes inside to Gothrop. Gothrop can't handle the pass. Out of bounds. But it's a last touch by Union. So Broncos will retain possession. Broncos up by 42. Fleming will trigger the inbounds pass. He looks, gets the ball inbounds to Leisure. Leisure backs it out. Goes to Arnold. Arnold goes down inside to Gothrop. Back to Leisure. Leisure shot fake, step back. Now to Arnold, top of the key. He drives the lane, pulls up, kicks it off to Johnson. Johnson penetrates, backs it back out. Arnold now high post to Gothrop. His 15-foot straightaway jump shot short. Loose, fought for, but Leisure retains possession. Thinks about letting fly with the three, but they go back inside to Gothrop. His shot's up, no good. No foul call. Johnson picks it up. He puts it up, in and out, no good. Run, finally up with it for Union is Guffey, but he travels. Gage Guffey walked with it, so Travion Johnson triggered the ball in bounds in front of the Bronco bench. Fleming to Arnold. Arnold high left side. He penetrates, gives to Leisure, three-pointer straightaways, too strong, but off with the rebound is Gotham. He puts it back up and scores, makes it 69-25. Union tries to trigger the ball in bounds, but they throw it away. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. Don't have my fingers on any stats, but Union has to have a boatload of turnovers. Fleming goes down the baseline. His Leisure three-pointer off the rim, no good. Loose and fought for. Up with it is Johnson. Gets it out to Fleming. Fleming now on the dribble as we near the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Leisure down on the baseline to Arnold. He drives the lane, kicks it out to Gothrop. Gothrop penetrates, puts it up, scores. Makes it a 71-25 Bronco lead. Broncos still pressuring in the full court. Loose ball. We're going to reach in, foul against Connor Fleming as he reaches in against Zane Sharp for Union. So it's going to be Rocket basketball on the near side. Joe Guffey will trigger the ball in bounds. Lobs it high to Fowler. Fowler drives the lane, has it stolen away from behind, but it's picked up by Guffey. He puts his shot up. It's blocked. Loose and fought for out of bounds. Last touch by Union as the ball rolls in front into the Union bench. It'll be Bronco basketball on the far side. Johnson triggers it into Leisure. Leisure working against pressure. Now it comes to Arnold. High left side, high post to Gothrop. Gothrop turns faces, kicks it back out to Arnold. Arnold drives, puts up a run on the lane. It's up and good. Makes it 73-25. 2:25 to go within third. Guffey looking to trigger in. Gets the ball inbounds to Fowler. Back to Guffey. Guffey across the timeline for Union. Into the front court. Dribbles it off his foot and out of bounds. Leisure triggers the ball in bounds, Johnson triggers it into Leisure. Leisure into the front court, penetrates into the lane, 15-foot jump shot off the iron, no. Rebounds cleared off by Union's Sharp. Sharp gets it up to Joe Guffey. Down inside it goes to Gage Guffey. He loses it. It's loose on the floor, fought for, knocked out of bounds. Finally, it's going to be Union basketball as it was last touched by Dylan Scott, who's into the lineup. Gothrop sits down for Daleville. Starkey into the lineup. They lob it into Fowler. Fowler has it knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Fowler. Gives the ball back over the Broncos. 73-25 is the score. 1:46 to play. Quarter number 3. Johnson triggered the ball in bounds as Union picks up with some token pressure here. They get the ball in bounds to Arnold. Arnold has it to Johnson. Back to Arnold. And Union puts a player to face guard Leisure. Arnold to Scott. Scott down on the baseline. Kicks it back out to Arnold. Now to Scott. Scott lets fly with a three-pointer. Off the iron. No good. Rebounds pulled off by Johnson. Down the baseline to Arnold. Inside to Scott. Scott can't hang on to it, but Leisure picks it up. Now on top it goes to Arnold. Arnold drives the lane. Puts up a runner. It is in and out. No good. Gets his own rebound. And finally it's cleared off by Union's three-pointers blocked by shot by Ellis is blocked up with his Leisure. Leisure into the lane, takes to the glass, turnaround jump shot in the lane, off the back iron, no good. Rebounds loose and fought for, and finally picked up by take that back, it was Sharp who cleared the rebound, and he's fouled by Leisure. Things are getting a little ragged here. Broncos have put up 73 points in 3 quarters, but really haven't shot very well of late, if you can believe that. And with the ball in the backcourt with 45 seconds to play is Champ Ellis. Ellis working against Johnson. Ellis on the dribble, and he travels. He was bumped and tripped a little bit there, but no call there. Travel is the call. Gives the ball to the Broncos, inbounding on the near side. They get the ball inbounds to Arnold. Arnold in the front court. 38 seconds. Down the baseline it goes to Starkey. Starkey looks Out on top it goes. Three-pointer is up and by Scott's no good. But Scott finally comes off the rebound, gives it to Arnold. We're to 27 seconds. Arnold drives the lane, puts it up, scores, makes it 75-25. Broncos up by 50, 20 seconds to play. Quarter number 3, Champ Ellis with it for Union. Ellis. They go inside to Fowler. In the lane, he puts it up, scores it, makes it 75-27. Leisure with it, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Leisure in the lane, puts up a runner, up and no good, but he's fouled. Camden Leisure will go to the line, shooting 2 with 0.1 second, 1/10 of a second to go in the third quarter. Camden Leisure with a chance to give the Broncos 77 points in 3 quarters if he can connect. First free throw's up and good. Leisure ready's his second one. It is up and also good. Makes it 77-27, and that is your third quarter score. Broncos put up 77 points in 3 quarters of play. They lead Union 77-27, a 50-point bulge. We'll take a break for a couple minutes. Be back with some fourth quarter action. You are listening to Daleville Athletics. And I just looked down at my score sheet and did not realize, if my figuring is correct, Broncos held Union to 2 points in that quarter, outscored them 25-2. Broncos trigger the ball inbounds. Travion Johnson gets the ball inbounds. Leisure with it. Union still face guarding Leisure, even though they're behind by 50. Johnson with it in the backcourt, gives it to Leisure. Leisure near side to Dylan Scott, down the baseline is 2. There's a three-pointer up and good, or no good, I should say, by the Broncos. Farrell, and loose on the court and out of bounds. Last touch by Daleville, gives the ball back over to the Rockets. Union will trigger the ball inbounds. They get the ball inbounds to Ellis. Ellis being guarded by Johnson. Ellis drives the lane, loses it, slides on the floor. Picked up by Sharp. His runner in the lane's no good. Rebounds picked off by Travion Johnson. Johnson into the lane, all the way to the basket, puts it up, scores, makes it 79-27. Ellis walks it up. Spin dribble, working against pressure from Johnson. Broncos in a man-to-man. Ellis into the lane. Little jump shots up and good. Champ Ellis with a bucket makes it 79-29. Travion Johnson with it for Daleville. He drives the lane, takes to the glass, puts it up too strong. Rebounds put off by Ellis. Ellis with the ball just across the timeline. Let's fly with a 30-footer straight away. It's short. Keaton Farrell with the rebound. Farrell up with it quickly. Goes to Leisure. Leisure spot up 3, left side, up, in and out, no good. Rebounds fought for, pulled off by Fowler. Fowler gets it out to a new rocket into the lineup. There's a three-pointer. It's up, no good. The three-pointer was put up by Sharp. It's no good. Up with it quickly for the Broncos is Leisure. Takes the length of the court, puts it up, no good. Rebound pulled off by Farrell. Farrell puts it up, and he misses it, but Keaton Farrell will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. The new player in the lineup for Union is Memphis McCaffrey. Farrell's first free throw is up and good. Gives the Broncos 80 with 6:16 to go in the ball game. Farrell's second free throw. That one is also good. Makes it 81-29. Guffey gets the ball in bounds to Ellis. Ellis walks it up. Into the front court, being guarded by Johnson. He drives the lane, kicks it out. There's a three-pointer up by Sharp. It's too strong. Out of bounds, last touch by Starkey. Rockets will retain possession. Correction. They give it to Daleville, so it was last touch by Union. Leisure with it and into the front court. Goes down on the baseline to Scott. Scott lets fly with a three. It's good. Dylan Scott with a three-pointer from the left baseline. Makes it 84-29. Champ Ellis into the front court. He's picked up, double team. They try to lob it high to Fowler, but it's tipped out of bounds by Starkey. Rockets will retain possession. Substitution for Union. Into the lineup comes Oliver. And Gage Guffey sits down. Inbounds pass is stolen by Travion Johnson. Johnson gets it up to Starkey. Starkey lays it in, 86-29. Memphis McCaffrey will trigger the ball in bounds. He gives it off to Oliver in the backcourt. Oliver across the timeline. And we got a whistle and another timeout taken by Coach Carmody. And with that, we'll take a short break. You're listening to Daleville Athletics. $86-29 your score, 5:18 to play. Union basketball under their own basket. Oliver will trigger the ball in bounds. Tries to lob it high to Fowler. Fowler catches, turnaround jump shot in the lane's no good. Rebounds pulled off by the Broncos' Wesley Livingston. He gives it off to Farrell. Now to Dylan Scott. Scott to Starkey. Back to Scott. And back to Starkey. Starkey to Scott. Scott down the baseline to Farrell. Farrell lets fly with a three. Up and good. Keaton Farrell with a three-pointer makes it 89-29. Broncos lead it by 60. The high lob pass, it goes, turnaround jump shot to Fowler. His shot's no good. Rebounds fought for. Loose ball, finally picked up by Union's Sharp. Sharp high right side. Goes down inside to Fowler, who loses it out of bounds. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos. Fowler sits down for Union. Livingston with a three-pointer left baseline for Daleville. It's short, no good. Rebounds loose, fought for, finally picked up by Scott. Out on top it goes. There's a three-pointer by Starkey. It's too strong. Rebounds pulled off by Wilson. Kicks it back out to Starkey on the baseline to Farrell. Farrell's three-pointer up and good. Keaton Farrell with a three makes it 92-29. Champ Ellis into the front court for Daleville, or for Union, I should say. Picks up his dribble, tries to give it off, but throws it away. Up with it is Robert Wilson for Daleville, but we're going to get a traveling call against the Broncos. Gives the ball back over to Union. Joe Guffey will trigger the ball in bounds for Union. He looks, tries to lob it high into Ellis, but it's loose, knocked away. Scramble for it on the floor. Ellis picks it up. We're going to get a reach-in foul against Zane Starkey. And that will give Union the basketball out of bounds on the near side. 92-29 your score. 3:41 to play in the ballgame. Guffey to trigger it in for Union. Gets the ball in bounds to Oliver. Oliver in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline, being guarded by Wilson. Oliver looks, picks up his dribble, in some trouble. Finally gets it into Guffey. Guffey, spin dribble in the lane, puts up a runner. It's no good. Rebound's pulled off by Wilson. Loose and fought for. We're going to get a traveling call. Could have been one of any of about 3 or 4 calls made on that one, but they go with the traveling call. Gives the ball back over to the Rockets. Ellis will trigger the ball in bounds. He looks in some trouble. Tries to lob it in, but into no one. Up quickly with it for the Broncos, and the layup is scored by Dylan Scott. Makes it 94-29. And with it in the backcourt for Union is Sharp. Sharp between the circles, being guarded by Scott. Goes high right side to Guffey. Guffey looks, directs traffic, tries to give it to Ellis, but he's denied. Tries to feed it down inside, but it's knocked away, and whistle and a foul against the Broncos, I believe. They're going to get Robert Wilson, and that will send Clayton Oliver to the line. Substitutions for Union. Back into the lineup will be Fowler. And the other substitution was for the shooter. Guffey's looking to return into the lineup to replace Oliver momentarily. Oliver's free throw. In and out, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Robert Wilson. Wilson gives it off now to Keaton Farrell. Farrell in the backcourt. 2:50 to play. Broncos lead at 94-29. Down the baseline it goes. There's a three-pointer. Is up and no good. That was by number 2. And number 2 is not currently on our roster. Union basketball nonetheless. They'll have it in front of the Bronco bench. They trigger the ball inbounds to Ellis. Ellis into the front court. Spin dribble into the lane. Puts up a runner. It's no good. Gets his own rebound. Muscles it back up, and this time he scores it. Champ Ellis with a bucket for Union. Makes it 94-31. Dylan Scott into the front court for the Broncos. Backs it back out. 94-31 your score. Broncos looking to hang 100 if they can do it. Farrell with it, being guarded closely. Kicks it back out to Scott. Scott looking. Nearing the 2-minute mark. Broncos in no hurry. High right side, or left side, I should say. And the clock ticks. We're going to get a whistle. And we'll see what's going to be. A foul against Robert Wilson away from the ball. Gives the ball back over to Union. Union basketball. They try to lob it down inside the foul. He catches deep in the paint. Turnaround shot in the lane is no good. Rebound is cleared off by Wesley Livingston. Dylan Scott has it in the backcourt. Broncos appear to be in no trying Trying to get you the name of the JV player that's in there as I look down the lineup. And I'm drawing a blank. It may be Scott with it now. We ended near the 1 minute mark. He backs it out. Looks like the Broncos are not going to try for 100 points this evening. No need, as they're leading it by 63. Broncos are patient to work around the perimeter. Dylan Scott, high left side. He was being guarded by Rice in the lineup now for Union. 40 seconds. I believe that's Romine, if I'm not mistaken. He's not on the varsity roster, but he has the basketball for the Broncos. Looks, comes near side to Farrell. That may be just about it. We're down to 25 seconds. Broncos are content to hold it out 30 feet, 35 feet from the basket. Nearing 15 seconds. And Keaton Farrell is going to dribble it out. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. 2-1. And there's the horn, your final score. Daleville 94. Union 31. We'll take a couple-minute break. We'll be back with some final numbers. You are listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We're back here at Daleville High School where the Broncos have picked up a big Mid-Eastern Conference victory tonight by the score of 94-31. As we look at the score by quarters, Broncos jumped out to a 30-9 lead after one. Then the Broncos outscored Union 22-14 in the second quarter to make it 52-23. Then the Broncos blew it wide open in the third quarter, outscoring Union 25-2 in that quarter to make it 77-25. And then in the fourth quarter, Daleville outscored Union 17-6 to give you the final score of 94-31. That is your final. We will take another couple-minute break, be back with some final individual scoring numbers. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics.
We're back here for the final time at Daleville High School, where we'll look at some individual scoring totals. First for the visiting Union Rockets. They were led in scoring by the 17 points of Champ Ellis, 12 points from Christian Fowler, and 2 points by Gage Guffey. So 3 Rockets scored, 2 in double figures. Ellis 17, Fowler 12, and Gage Guffey's 2. As we look at Daleville, they were led by the 24 points of Camden Leisure, 19 of those coming in the first half. Also in double figures was Gage Goffard. He had 21 points. Third Bronco in double figures was Travion Johnson. And Travion had 14 points. And fourth Bronco in double figures was Tim Arnold. He had 10 points. Following up for Arnold was 7 points from freshman Dylan Scott. And, the next one should have been sophomore Keaton Farrell with 8 points. Scott had 7 points. Robert Wilson had 2 points. Zane Starkey, 2 points. And I'm remiss in doing these in order. Should have been Connor Fleming with 6. Okay, so once again, Leisure 24, Gothrop 21, Johnson 14, Arnold 10, Farrell 8, Scott 7, Fleming 6, Starkey 2, and Robert Wilson with 2 points. And that rounds out your scoring to give you your final score, 94-31. The loss for the Rockets drops them to 1-12 overall, 0-4 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. The win for Daleville bumps them up to 5-10 overall, 2-5 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Daleville's next home game will be played Thursday next week because of girls sectional action. They are home against Randolph Southern on Thursday evening, February the 6th. That's going to just about do it from here at Daleville High School. Good evening, everyone.